So good morning, sir. I will discuss about the faith, hope, and charity. So faith, hope, love remains these three, but the greatest of this love. Colossians chapter 13 verse 13. So before that, what is catechism? Catechism says a virtue is an habitual and firm dispositions to be the good. It is allowed the person not only to perform and also to achieve other dreams. So, ibig sabihin daw po nito, ito daw po isang way para maging mabuti tayo sa araw-araw. So, let's talk about the virtue. Virtue is a habit of doing good. Practice and prayer help us to grow in virtue. With practice, our good act become habits and it becomes easier for us to act rightly. So in this kind of attitude, we acknowledge about the good habits of every individuals to be good in our society. So what the saints says about the virtue? The goal of a virtuous life is to become like God. So dito, makikita natin yung virtue is a good moral of every individual. So, pag meron kang virtue of good, malapit ka kay God. So it means you will be able to be a good inside and out. We have two kinds of virtue, the natural virtue and the supernatural virtue. When we say natural virtue, this is the things we work for and acquired by practice, repeating good acts. Examples, the power to be honest. So, yung second naman is the supernatural virtue. It is given directly by God. It is infused into our souls. For examples, the faith, the hope, and love. So, that is some examples of two virtues. So let's talk about the differences of the natural virtue or the supernatural virtue. When we see natural virtue, for example, deny oneself food to be attractive. So for the natural virtue, it is deny oneself food as a finance. And also help others becomes we owe them for a favor. And for the supernatural virtue, it is help others to imitate Jesus' love. And for the third, we have the controlling what we say to say out or stay out of troubles. So for the natural virtue, it is controlling what we say to be meek, to be humble like Jesus. So that that is the difference between the natural virtue and the supernatural virtues of the samples title. This is the very remarkable words. Virtues are like muscles for the soul. We must exercise them to make them strong. The more we exercise these virtues, the easier it is to use them. As we become strong in virtue, we become strong in our personal or spiritual life. So that is the importance of having our strong virtues in our life. We have our three theological virtues, the faith, hope, and charity. So when we see gift from God, receiving through the sacraments, direct us toward with God's. So when we say Theos, this is the God of Greeks. So when we say virtue of faith, it is necessary for salvation. For example, virtue that give us a power to believe in God and in all that He has revealed through Christ and the Church. We must never understand all the mysteries of our Catholic faith, but we still believe they are true. Another one, to accept something in faith means to believe it's true because we trust the one who revealed it, not because it can be proven. So in this virtue of faith, we are willing, we are obligated to our belief. So let's talk about the virtue of hope. When we say virtue of hope, this is the power of trust in God's and His promises. Keep us from getting discouraged by problems and struggles, different from worldly want or desire. Inspire us to pray for those who have died because we hope they will be in heaven. Encourage us to be faithful to God, teaching knowing that He will give us health and rewards. We ordered our lives according to what we hope for. So that's the essence of having virtue of hope. And for the next, we have the virtue of charity. When we say charity, this is the power to love God above all things and to love other neighbors for love of God. Everything we since we are lacking in charity. To love God is to please Him by doing good. To love our neighbors is to want good for them. Charity is not just a feeling. It is an act of the willing and it is a decisions and self-gift for another. If we try to truly love God, we will love our neighbors too. So that is the good examples of charity. We have act of faith, hope, and love. When we say act of hope, this is defined as the faithful of ourselves, we obtained pardon of our sins, the help of your grace, and life everlasting, through the merits of Jesus Christ, my Lord and the Redeemers. For the act of love, we have the love for each other. We love our doings every day as a good person, as a human being, and as a good creations of God.